Hey everyone, Nate Lindquist, the Minimalist CEO, and today's video is about, do you want to sell or do you want to enroll people in working with your business? So if you want more clients, I'm going to tell you one important lesson about how to get more clients. First, when you have the opportunity to meet with someone, don't think of yourself as a salesman. Don't think of yourself as trying to sell them. Now, there's a lot of definitions of selling, but people don't want to feel like you're being salesy. And I know when I'm working with someone as a consultant and as a coach, and we have an opportunity to enroll them as a client, I don't want to feel salesy. It doesn't feel good. So here's what you can do. When you get in front of somebody, make sure you've done the preparation work to really gauge who it is that you'd like to work with. And for looking back at clients who you've worked with in the past, how will you know if this person is someone, or if this client or this business is someone who will be successful working with you? Now, let me be more specific. So if you have a product that you're trying to sell and you want them to buy your product, you want them to, let's pick a product let's see, maybe you're selling copiers. And this is just a random example, and then we can talk about a service in a second. But say you're selling copiers, okay? And you're going to prepare to understand what your ideal buyer needs the most in that experience of using your copier. You also want to know what it is in your ideal buyer that makes them most excited, would make them most fulfilled in getting this copier from you, because they need a certain number of copies. They want either color or black and white. There's a lot of on-demand requirements. Maybe they want to have the toner last for a certain amount of time. They want a certain quality of paper that they can put through the machine. They want to have a certain speed. I'm just shooting from the hip here. Now, when you prepare, here's something that a lot of people don't do, okay, that they don't do when they're enrolling or selling. You might call it selling, but if you call it enrolling, this is what you're doing. You're going to prepare for all of the characteristics and traits of someone who is not the ideal buyer. Imagine being at a sales presentation or a pitch meeting and spending some time helping the person you're sitting across from understand why they may not want to buy from you. What happens is something that's beautiful. It's called what I call a moment of alignment. When you're in a sales presentation or in a marketing presentation and you spend time telling people all the things that would make them not be a match, you'll find that if they are a match, they will start arguing to have access to your product. You might say, well, someone who's not looking for high-speed printing, someone who doesn't matter how fast their printing goes, someone who's not really concerned about the quality of the color. Maybe you're not that concerned with the quality of the copy paper or how thick it can be. Maybe you don't need to be able to make quality scans. Again, when you put that information in front of somebody who is an ideal buyer and you tell them all the things that, these are the kinds of things that would make you not a good match for my product, you'll find them starting to argue why they should have it. So rather than becoming salesy, if you want to make yourself rare and you want to make yourself exclusive and you want to get more clients to buy what you have to sell, stop selling. Start preparing in advance to get a really clear picture of what that ideal buyer wants, but also what your non-ideal buyer wants. If you have a lot of people you're going to meet who maybe aren't the best match to buy what you have to sell, whether it's a product or a service, get really good at identifying who they are and tell them. Now, with regard to coaching services, one technique that I use is I prepare a very clear list of the kinds of limitations, the kinds of characteristics and behaviors that make someone not a good match for working with me. I work with corporations that are doing $2.5 billion, $3 billion in business, and I work with small businesses just up the street. And I have meetings, in airports and at hotel lobbies and at chamber events and at the end of my seminars when I have a chance to do like a lunch and learn or a wisdom lunch, meeting with business owners. And over again, I will tell these business owners, if you're not completely committed to growing your business, if you're not completely committed to providing value for your clients, if you're not committed to having freedom in your life and in your lifestyle, if you're not committed to taking care of family and to be available and keep your promises, if you're not committed to creating a lot of value before someone engages and works with you, then you're not a match to work with me as a coach or as a growth consultant. And you certainly wouldn't want to go through my Minimalist CEO program, because my business and organization, everything that I do is based on values, based on knowing what you stand for and then backing it up. And if in your business you're not in a position, or in your life you're not in a position to recognize your values and get those in alignment with commitment and taking care of people and providing value and following through and believing in yourself, then my programs won't help you. And I wouldn't want you to work with me in my programs or go through my coaching at the level of a minimalist CEO, because you won't be successful. The people who I work with are committed to following through. So get that mindset, move away from selling. And if you want to become exclusive and rare to the people who you have the opportunity to work with, be radically truthful, incredibly honest about why they may not be a match. And if they are, they'll correct their language and their communication with you, and they'll let you know why they are, and they'll help educate you why they really need what you have. And that gives you an opportunity to sync up what you offer, the value you offer, with someone who needs that value, who needs that solution. And then when they get that solution, the investment that they've made will be a lot smaller in their mind than the return on that investment that they get back. You get the idea? And this is what makes you feel great about selling, because you no longer have to have salesiness and salesy selling. You no longer have to persuade people to buy what you have. You give them an opportunity to understand the facts. And you lay the reality out in front of these people because you care. And when you do, you'll have an opportunity to give them value, share them insights, give them a product, provide a solution, whatever it is, whether you're a service business, you're an expertise or an educator, provider, maybe you have a really great product that can solve a problem. Let's make sure the right people buy enough of what you have at the right times so everyone you're working with is getting a lot of value. Think about yourself as a helper and as in the business of creating alignment, because if that's not what you do, then you're in the wrong business, and you shouldn't be in business at all. You're not here to persuade people. You're here to make a difference in the world. And if you get your house in order and make it real clear when they shouldn't buy, I promise you, more of the people who need to and want to and really would love to work with you will start working with you. There's no shortage of clients. You just have to get in front of them and tell them the truth. And if it's really valuable, they'll listen and they'll buy enough. I'm Nate Lindquist, the Minimalist CEO. I hope this video was helpful. I'd love to help you. If you're ever looking for some advice, some guidance, you're not really sure how to get more clients or how to create freedom in your business, I'd love to help you. Post a question on my Facebook page at Nate Lindquist Results. So facebook.com/Nate Lindquist Results. And I'll be glad to respond. Or just go to my contact page at natelindquist.com and click on contact. And we'll get in touch. We'll have the chance to talk and connect, and I'll have a truth call with you. And let's solve some of your bigger business problems. That's my specialty. I've been doing this 25 years. I love it. I love helping business owners just like you. And I look forward to hearing back. I'll talk to you soon.